to talk to you about dreams, about the dreams of God, about the dreams of God for you. That why does God often give us a dream way back here and it's all the way over here before we see that dream come to fruition? Seems like ages, doesn't it?
Hi, my name is Angela. I'm the associate pastor's wife, Gary Stafford, and I've known Sandra for maybe about 3 months, and the time we spent together has just been very rewarding to me. The coffee times that we have together and the inspirational talks that we share back and forth have just been touching in my spirit, and I just think she's a very warm and caring person, and I think she has a very tender heart towards women, and I feel very special and very honored to know her, and I'm just very pleased that she is a part of our church. Thank you.
Because God is a dreamer, and we are made in His image, guess what? We're dreamers too. And we're going to take today and look at a story of a dreamer named Joseph. Joseph, the fellow with the coat of many colors. And we're going to look at him and we're going to see the process that God took him from putting a dream in his heart and then bringing it to fruition. And we're going to talk about how that relates to our own lives. And then I'll close with how God gives us dreams and how He wants to bring those true in our own life.
My name is Anne-Marie Hurston, and I've known Sandra Stanford for a few years now, and she's a wonderful mentor and speaker, and I've served under her in the women's Bible study, and I was her worship leader, and we just got to do a lot of ministry together, and it was really great, and I was blessed by all of her messages and her words of encouragement. She was great to be there to pray with me afterwards if I needed prayer, and she was just such a blessing, and I would encourage all of you that Sandra Stanford is the lady to have at your conference.
And he was just loved so much by Jacob. And so you've got 11 brothers. Now Benjamin's the youngest, so you have 10 ahead of him who are older than him. But they can't stand him. I'm telling you, he should have been out working. And instead he was out just messing around. And then when he did come to where they were working, he would go back and tell on them. They hated him with the utmost hatred. And they wanted to do away with him. And they stripped him of his ornamented robe, threw him into a pit, an old well, if you will, that was devoid of water. Because they wanted to render him useless as well. A well without water is useless. And I love the symbolism in the Bible. They threw him into that well because they didn't want him around anymore to bother them.
Good evening. My name is Virginia Stokes, and I have known Sandra for a little while, and she's just been a blessing to my husband and myself. She has been listening to the Lord and just knows what He wants her to say, because when you hear her, the Lord comes out of her so dynamic, and every woman that hears her will be blessed, and I just pray that she will bless you people that can hear her. She's a wonderful speaker, and I'm just so blessed to be here, and I thank you very much.
He wanted him to understand how to work under authority, because and also how to have authority. Because as you see, Potiphar saw God's hand on him, and Potiphar said, wouldn't you love it if people said to you, I see God's hand on me? So he saw God's hand on him, and he took him, I don't know how long, it doesn't say if he was there a year before he was promoted to the head servant, it doesn't really tell us how long it took him to get there. I'm sure he had to prove himself, prove that he was faithful and reliable, and all these things that come. I mean, he was 17, like I say, he was a bratty kid, so it probably was a few years, I would think, because we're looking at a 13-year process. But at some point, Potiphar said, I want you as my head slave.
Hi, my name is Pam Perry, and I'm so happy to tell you a little bit about Sandra Stanford. Sandra's been my friend for 2 years, and I've been sitting under her Bible teaching that entire time. Sandra's heart is so much identifies with the issues that today's women struggle with. And her messages are just filled with love and compassion. And I know that if you take the time to sit down, listen to her teaching, I know that you're going to be blessed. So if you have an opportunity, sign her up, book her, because you'll be blessed.
Well, 2 years passed with Joseph, and Pharaoh has 2 dreams. And he calls in all his experts, and they can't tell him anything, and so they call Joseph. They go and get him, and they clean him up. and you see a change in Joseph. You see a change in his heart. I love reading these scriptures from Joseph because whatever happened in those 2 years in prison changed him to humility. Because he not only said to Pharaoh that God will interpret your dreams, but he says as he speaks to him, God has revealed this. God has shown this. The reason Pharaoh was given this dream is because God has done it. And then I love it where he says, and now let Pharaoh look for a discerning and wise man and put him in charge of the land of Egypt. 3 years ago, he would have said, put me in charge, I can do it. Now he doesn't even think of himself. Instead, he says, find someone. And Pharaoh says to all his officials, can we find anyone like this man in whom is the Spirit of God?
Hi, I'm Debbie Pickering. I'm excited to be here tonight. Sandra Stanford is going to be teaching, and I am so encouraged by her teaching. She's been my friend for a while. We were in ministry together doing radio and prayer. I am so excited for her, and I am so happy to be able to be on this video speaking about her. She has been a prayer partner, a prayer warrior, a mentor, and a really great friend. When she speaks, I know it's the Word of God speaking through her, and it's such a blessing. It's like a healing that goes off, and God just takes off the Band-Aids of our hurts, and He just places it with the love that He has through her. I am very grateful for her friendship and for her ministering and for the Word of God that she brings forth in a way that I've never heard before. Actually, to me, Joyce Meyer, move along because she's coming. Thank you.
As I've worshipped Him and as I've sought His face, that authority is coming to pray for the sick and that they're healed. To pray for people who are emotionally wounded and that they're healed. Those are the dreams of Sandra Stanford because those are the dreams that he put in me 15 years ago, and I'm starting to see them come to pass.